Welcome back to the unofficial Squarespace Entrepreneur Podcast. My name is Omari Haribin. I'm your host, founder of SQSPthemes.com. And today we're going to be talking with Cody from Moov Labs, also the creator behind ghostplugins.com. And I first met Cody maybe about a year ago. He reached out with his Code for Good mission, and we responded by contributing a few plugins of our own to what has now, a year later, blossomed into a really incredible resource for not only free Squarespace plugins, but also templates as well. And so I decided to invite Cody on to talk a little bit about his process, pick his brain a little bit to give you a little insight into how, and this is my words, how he's able to move so fast. I'm really impressed with the way that Moov iterates. And so without any further ado, here's our conversation.
So we introduced Ghost templates about a month or two ago, and we got really good feedback on it. People really like them.
Yeah.
Installed for you. There's no dev mode or DIY videos. So what we're going to introduce is going to be called Ghost Plus, and it's going to be unlimited templates for your Squarespace projects. It's going to be at a flat monthly rate. So they'll be able to request whatever templates they want.
Yeah.
Whatever Squarespace project they're working on. We got a lot of early access requests. So people are really excited about it. I didn't expect as many requests as we got. So, definitely it's going to help them out. When we did that request, we got a lot of feedback on, the size of the team, because I wanted to kind of gauge, who are we really catering to, helping out. Uh-huh. And a lot of it's solo teams, solo designers, or teams less than 5.
Yep.
So, time isn't on their side. They can only do so many projects.
Yep.
So, that's why we're introducing this. Maybe if they can only take on 2 projects per month, maybe Ghost Plus can help them take on 4 and bring in more income. What I'm saying? So, Ghost Plugins isn't part of the free side. It is a paid service, but, a lot of people do like it, and we try to bring a lot of value with that too.
So with Ghost Plus, you're thinking, is it a flat fee or like a monthly subscription fee, and you get access? How would it work? Or
so the way it's going to work, we toyed with a couple ideas. It's going to be a month-to-month service. It's not going to be anything crazy like $800 a month. It's going to be very, very affordable. Because right now, I think the templates right now are $249. Yep. We're looking at probably around $299, $349 per month.
Okay.
Which isn't bad. That's a really good value, because it's still a lot of manual work on our end. Yeah. So I still have to pay my team. So we got a lot of feedback on that. They really like that price point. $50 more for than a template, and you get unlimited. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. No, I think that's amazing for especially because it sounds like you've honed it down to who specifically you're serving and what's actually going to help them in their business. And I think if I'm currently doing 2 websites a month, and this gives me a super leg up in terms of just getting a jump start on something fresh, because I'm a big fan of those templates.
Oh yeah. So I think we launched 5 within the last 30 days, 5 more. Peel, Tadio, Oliver, Avocado, and I think Cotton. People who order our templates love them. They find them really helpful. They're able to finish a project a lot quicker. We did the early requests. We asked certain questions, so we know exactly, how we can help out. And all these people who are, solo designers or small teams, they're super thankful for Ghost, because it helps them save time, helps them, save time from Googling everything or trial and error, and it helps them learn too. So, I'm really excited for the templates launch, or Ghost Plus templates, because it's going to be the monthly, unlimited requests. We're going to add new templates every single month, so there's continual value coming in. We're excited for that. Hopefully, we're going to launch it before the birthday.
Nice.
We want to launch with 30 to 50 templates.
Ooh, that's fire, man. I did a lesson in my course. I have a course on my experience building a Squarespace themed business. Yeah. And I was talking about business models or just revenue models for selling templates. And that was one thing that I proposed, was a monthly subscription where you get access to like a whole slew of templates in different categories. And that's the thing that I really noticed about the templates, was that like they're really, really niche specific, in a way that there isn't really much else out there right now that covers the scope that it looks like you're looking to tackle. So that's pretty impressive, man. It's really excited for you guys.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're trying to target like those specific categories, because if you look at one template, you're like, I need one for food and drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You could technically mold that to food and drink and show them what they can really do with that same like style.
Right.
So it's going to help. It's going to save them hours, man. It's going to save them a lot of time for sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, Squarespace. I mean, it's you're building on what already exists, and that was always my vision, was that you've got Squarespace has these great templates out the box, but eventually you're going to run up against a wall where you've got millions of other users, and hundreds of thousands of them are using the same template, and there's going to be a good chance a lot of them aren't going to change the font, or they're not going to change a bunch of things, and you're going to end up with a bunch of sites that all look the same. So just being able to like go outside the box and still deliver a really high quality product. So what's your team like, man? Is it just you? I mean, obviously it's not just you, but are you guys central to one location? Are you remote? How does that work?
So to be honest, it actually is kind of just me. Like a lot of it is just me. I have an assistant that helps with like admin stuff and emails. And then I am partnered with another design agency in a city nearby, and their team and I have been working with each other for a long time. So sometimes we utilize each other. If I need help with something, they'll help me out. If they need help with something, I'll help them out. And then of course, I have a few VAs that help me out. Those, the VAs are in different different areas of the United States, but I've met them through Facebook groups and things like that. And some of them are like single, like moms just trying to make some money at home. So it helps out and it helps them out, and they're great to work with too. So and then I have a couple other team members that help me out, but we're mobile. So we don't really have an actual office space. But I have my apartment, and this is kind of like Moov headquarters, Ghost headquarters.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. So how long, let's go back in time a little bit. Like, how did you get into making Squarespace websites? Like, how did your journey start out that led you up to where you are now?
So my journey is a little bit of a different one. So years ago, I'm going to say about 5 years ago, I had this project and I needed a website built, and I knew nothing about websites at this point. So I got referred this guy. He was a designer. I gave him a couple grand to build a website, and he fell off the face of the earth, just took my money in hand. And I was like, well, crap, what am I supposed to do? So, I was out of a budget. I couldn't pay someone else to do it. So I was like, I just need to do it myself. Like there's Wix, there's, all the do-it-yourselfers back in the day. But then, I did my research on Google, tried Wix, hated it, tried other stuff, hated it. And then I found Squarespace. I was like, okay, they make this look easier, like cool, and I like their design. So let me try this out. So I started, building this website in Squarespace, still didn't know what I was doing. And it was just the general, do-it-yourself template, no code. And I got it done, but obviously it didn't look good. I didn't know what I was doing, but I got a website up and I was kind of proud of myself. And then during that whole process, I actually really enjoyed the creativity of it. And I was like, this was kind of cool. Like, this was kind of fun. Like, I like technology stuff. Like, so I was like, oh, look, I'm going to learn more about this. Like, this was fun. Like, I don't know why, but I just found it fun. So then I did some more research and started watching YouTube videos and W3 School and like all that kind of stuff. And then eventually I was like, I want to do this as a job. Like, this is cool. And so eventually I built my little website as like a solo designer. And as time went on, Moov progressed into what it was or what it is. And eventually, grew my team a little bit. And it just kind of evolved into Moov. And it's kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting to fall in love with website design. It kind of just happened, and I'm glad it happened.
What were you doing before?
I'm glad. I actually was in the music industry, so I had some music stuff going on in there. So we needed a website for like an artist.
Got it.
So yeah, so it was cool, but you know, I got scammed. But I'm glad I got scammed because my life would not be the way it is now. Yeah. So blessing in disguise, I guess.
Yeah. So from music to Squarespace design, that's dope. I've actually been, I came from like doing a lot of music when I was younger to doing, I guess, what I do now, with the whole intention of trying to go back to music. So is music, how much a part of your life is music still now?
Not very much. Not very much at all. I'm completely focused on building Moov and Ghost and just growing, those companies into a little bit bigger than what they are now. So yeah, main focus is Squarespace websites.
Yeah. So I mean that's good, because I think you prove the fact that someone can just start from nothing and actually build a business that caters to users of this platform.
Absolutely.
What man, what was it that I wanted to ask you? Moov. All right. So tell me a little bit about the business model behind Moov, because I know that's a little bit different as well.
Definitely different. Still thinking outside the box. So Moov is the website design agency side, and we do things a little bit differently. We actually build websites for free for small businesses. There's no design fees, there's no hourly rates or upfront deposits. If they end up loving their website design, they join on a monthly membership, and we manage and update that website for them at that small monthly rate with unlimited updates included. So we're kind of trying to really help out small businesses and solo teams that really need a beautiful website, but they don't have the budget, and they also don't have the time to do it themselves. So we're kind of trying to help out that special group of people who can't afford a couple grand and just don't have the time to do it themselves, but still need a really beautiful website. So that's basically Moov in a nutshell. It's another subscription service.
So all right, I'm really fascinated with how you come up with these things in terms of, are you just testing your idea, your hypothesis, like, okay, I have an idea that this exists out there in the world, and if I create this offer, it's going to make sense. Like, how do you get feedback? How do you iterate? Like, what's your way of gathering that market and research?
Yeah, so with Moov, because Moov came before Ghost. Ghost still a baby. It's not even 1 year old yet, but Moov is about 4 or 5 years. With Moov, when I started building that website and got that done, I was like, man, I wish there was like another service out there that was better than just the typical pay someone a couple, some money and then wait a couple weeks and get an update. So I did some research on different types of website design services, like how you do it, and nobody really did what Moov does. I saw a little bit of an empty category.
Yeah.
Website designers and agencies, they do like their monthly membership plans where they manage the site for them at a flat rate and things, but they still charge good chunk of change, which is totally fine. But if someone doesn't have that budget, you just lost a client because they don't have the budget. Yep. So I was looking at that and I'm like, I want to do something different. I want to do something that's not really done at all. I couldn't find a company that does what Moov does. So like a free website design. Yeah. If they do something monthly, it's like super expensive. It's crazy. So it's like $700-800 a month. So yeah, so there was really nothing that I could do in terms of gathering feedback on Moov. I just went for it and it proved itself. And, we have a very, very low cancellation rate with our members. And people really love the service. And, again, like I said earlier, I'm really big on good karma and treating people the right way. So I make sure that we treat our members the right way and they stick with us. And, they refer their friends and family, and it's doing well. So I think this kind of concept kind of just happened because I had no way to know. But yeah, it proved itself.
That's cool, man. And then the name Moov, how did that come about?
So there's not really a big story behind the name. I kind of just came up with it. But I was talking to Because originally it was called like Moji or something. I can't even remember what the first name was. Like it was something just silly. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to a member, and we were talking about, moving from their like other website to Squarespace. And every time I talked to someone, they already had a website made. They needed a website redesign. And I kept mentioning like, oh, we need to move you over to Squarespace, move you over to Squarespace, move you over to Squarespace. And I think that just kind of stuck with me. I'm like, we're going to move you over into Squarespace. So
that's a good story. I like it.
Yeah, nothing significant, just a fun name, I guess. Yeah. I liked it. So I was like, stick with
it. That's cool. So, all right. So you kind of touched on it with Ghost Plus, but what's next, if there's anything next that you could share?
Yeah, so we're going to introduce Ghost Plus. We're really excited about that. Hopefully, help people save money and save time with that service. We are looking into other things as well with Ghost. Nothing specific, but we are looking at maybe introducing a Google Chrome extension so you can search the plugins right in, your little window. Ooh. We're looking at that. Other than that, nothing too big, right. In our thinking box. But we're really focused on Ghost Plus and introducing more and more and more templates as it grows. Mm-hmm. That's our main focus right now. And of course, adding more plugins. Once Squarespace 7.1 officially launches, we're going to add more 7.1 plugins to the free library. So, because it's still in, early stage. So things could change, and we don't want to have a bunch of broken plugins on mm-hmm. Ghost. So we're waiting until that officially launches, but we have a bunch of those planned as well.
Yeah, we're all kind of sitting here on the sidelines seeing what happens with that. It's fun to watch. So I'm going to put you on the spot for a second. So, most of our listeners here they're fellow Squarespace designers. Either, they've made a website for themselves and their business, or a lot of them make sites for clients as well. So if you could kind of lend one piece of advice back to Cody 4 or 5 years ago, just getting started, like what would that advice be?
That's a good question. For me, when I was just starting out, I always thought things happened instantly. Like, I can get this done. I can be making money in 2 months. No, that's not. Time is not on your side. Time is not on your side. It's funny because I was talking to one of my friends, and he's a little bit older than me, and he was like, when you're in your 20s, that's when you're starting to find yourself. But when you hit your late 20s and your 30s, you found yourself. You know exactly what you're doing with life. Everything's starting to work out. And it's true. I just turned 31, and everything just finally falling into place the last couple of years. So be patient. That would be my big thing. Be patient, hone in on your craft, and learn. Be patient with your learning. It's going to take some time. It's not going to be just overnight or in a couple months. Business is about growth and learning and time. And if you apply those things, it's gonna benefit you in the long run, for sure.
So that definitely speaks to me. You were definitely speaking to me when I was just getting started, because especially with all of the like online marketing stuff that comes with this space, you're always hearing these stories of like 30 days and 2 months and all of these crazy reports of success, and then you expect or you think, especially if you're really ambitious and you got some confidence, you think, okay, I could do that too. Oh yeah, I could do that. And so you try a bunch of everything, trying to do everything, and then you learn over time that it takes time. So I'm gonna go one step further with that, is like, so what do you do while you're, I don't want to say waiting, but while that time is passing and you're working on your craft, the big concern is like, how do I make money? How am I going to make money to kind of sustain and grow? Do you have any tips on maybe getting those first clients or creating some type of sustainable source of income as you go?
This is such a broad comment, but hustle, like do stuff, stuff. Just sit and hope that people come to you. You need to make yourself known. When I first started out, I wouldn't recommend this, but when I first started out, I cold called. I didn't care. I was like, I want to make money. And the first person that I called, I was just like, and I was scared to death because, I'm like early, like mid-20s, don't know what I'm doing. And I just called and I was like, hey, I saw your website. Do you want a website redesign? And she's like, yeah, for sure. So I was so scared. She thought it was a scam at first. She's like, why are you calling me? And I was like, well, I just started business and I really need a client. And it was just so uncomfortable, but hustle. If you see a website and you could see maybe could use some tweaks or improvements, or you see it's a Squarespace website and their, let's say their calendar isn't up to date or whatever it is, shoot them an email. Be like, hey, I saw your website. I'm a Squarespace designer. Do you need help, managing it? There's nothing wrong with asking.
Yeah.
The worst they can say is no. But keep a lookout. Go on Yelp and look at all the new local businesses. See if they need a website built. Sometimes new businesses they don't have a website. It goes to their Facebook. So, reach out. There's nothing wrong with that, and connect. Always be doing something. Always be doing something.
Right.
Never just sit back and hope one day that your email inbox is going to blow up, because that's not how it's going to work.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it just happens, but it does not.
Yeah.
So that would be my suggestion. Just keep at it. Even if you don't close, a couple clients, just keep at it. Someone's going to say yes. You're going to meet someone who might refer their friends to you. So just keep at it. Don't just sit and wait. Just do something.
Yeah. No, that's, I definitely can attest to that advice. I've gotten clients myself using those same strategies, and you just gotta do it. And then especially you got to get to a point of, like you said, like making a decision of how badly do I want this, and figuring out that alignment. And you kind of mentioned it with kind of getting to a point in life where you really know who you are. And for me, that's largely been a part of my journey and process as well, is just coming to know myself, so that as I know myself more, like the business is better because of it. And you're able to act in alignment with like who you really are. And things tend to work a lot easier when you are in alignment with yourself. Which I imagine when you cold called that, whoever that person was, I imagine that they kind of picked that up, that, okay, this person is purposeful. Like there's a reason here. There's a really strong reason why they would just cold call like this. And so I'm going to go with that. So, hey, Cody, I really appreciate you sharing those words of wisdom, and your story and what you're doing with Ghost. I will definitely continue to support in any way that I can. Do you have any parting words you want to share with our audience?
Just keep at it and grow and learn. And if things get tough, just keep at it. I've had some slow times with Moov. If I wouldn't have stuck with it and just closed it down, I wouldn't be where I'm at now.
Right.
So patience is key. So that would be the big thing. So, and surround yourself with people who build Squarespace websites. It's always great. I literally, before I had my team, nobody knew what I was talking about when I talked about Squarespace websites. To be like, what are you talking about? He's a nerd. So, but yeah, meet up with other Squarespace designers from Facebook groups, and surround yourself with people who are around the same industry, and help each other out. So that would be good advice there too. Surround yourself with people who are like-minded.
Right.